I realized that it was going to turn into an epic day of racing that would be something that would be pretty memorable. Fans from the bottom to the top of the climb, really thick. The action was really tight. It was intense with how many times Nibali attacked and counterattacked and counterattacked and counterattacked.
At last year's Vuelta a España, Chris Horner became the oldest ever Grand Tour champion at 41. He famously had to withstand a plethora of attacks on the penultimate day's stage to retain the red jersey and enter the record books.
I've done what's never been done before. For that, that's pretty epic. And every Tour de France, every Tour of Spain, every Giro, when they talk about whoever's the oldest guy that's winning, they're always, I don't know, maybe we talk about Nibali when he's 35 and still racing, and they'll be, well, remember Horner won when he's 42.
Despite his historic win, Horner was not offered a new contract by Radio Shack Leopard at the end of last season, leading some to suggest that he could retire from the sport. After months of uncertainty searching for a new team, he signed to Brent Copeland's Italian outfit, Lampre Merida, in January.
Is the words nervous? No. Do I wonder where I'm going to be racing at? Well, it got a little interesting in January. But of course made it happen. Lampre Merida came through. Brent gave me a great contract in January to make continuing racing my bike, keep it going and stuff like that, and continue to do the big races. At my age, I don't see any reason to waste any more time or energy on the small races. I just want to do the biggest, most beautiful races in the world.
The American went into this season with high hopes, with both the Giro d'Italia and the Vuelta a España on his agenda. However, in April, he was involved in a serious road traffic accident in a tunnel in northern Italy, which left him with a punctured lung, a broken shoulder, broken ribs and a large gash on his head. Not that Chris had time to assess the full extent of his injuries.
There's blood everywhere, right? I mean, blood coming out of me like you can't imagine. The shirt's covered in blood, shorts, shoes, down my feet, arms, hands, everywhere. And so immediately I know I got to get up off the floor regardless of whatever condition you're in, because I know what's coming at me. So I know at that point in time that I'm going to have to ride my bike out of the tunnel. Of course, I'm going so slow that multiple cars are passing me as I'm riding out. Finally, play on words, the light at the end of the tunnel arrived. So I get to the outside of the tunnel, I finally get back into the sun, and I stop directly, sit on the curb, and within moments after that, multiple police, ambulance, everybody arrived, stopped the traffic, got me into the ambulance and onto the emergency room.
Chris spent many weeks off the bike, but has recovered in time to ride at the Tour de France. He's competed at the race 6 times before, finishing a career-high 9th in 2010. Regardless of his injuries, he's gunning for the maillot jaune.
Well, I always go to all the races. I'm going for the Tour. Hopefully the team goes good. So, I mean, it's always the objective of every rider. Come in there and ride 100%. I mean, it's clear if you're not a GC rider, you don't plan on coming to Tour de France to win, but you still come to win something. So it's always the objective. I hope it is. That's the whole reason why everybody's here. That's the whole reason why we're curb to curb, is to win.
With a grit and determination that belies his years, Chris Horner has become somewhat of an inspiration for a certain age of amateur riders.
Are you aware of the term mammal?
Mammal.
Mammals, but
yeah.
middle-aged men in lycra.
No, I'm not aware of the term.
Though he is now 42, the American has not considered the prospect of retiring, even though his season has thus far been blighted by injuries. Following the Tour, he'll gear himself up once again for a defence of his Vuelta crown.
There's nothing bigger than winning the Grand Tour. That's it. That's the cream of the top right there. I look at the sprinters and, okay, it's a beautiful thing that they're doing, but winning the Grand Tour is the objective. The stages are nice, and I understand what it is and why they have it and all that kind of stuff. It's a great spectacle to watch, but the guy who wins the GC of a Grand Tour, that's the most amazing thing you can achieve in this sport. So I hope everybody appreciates it, but certainly I do.
And we wouldn't bet against this mammal surprising in the GC again.
Woo, that was great time.